for the 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, we have finally made it to Kentucky, taking on our first course, Lakeview Park in Frankfort. I'm really excited to get this round going, so sit back, relax, stay for a while, and let's go toss some plastic. And we've made it to Lakeview Park for our first round in Kentucky, and as you guys can tell, we got great parking for this round today. We are starting off with a pretty simple 324 foot dead straight or hyzer shot, but the basket is located on the side of the hill, so we could get a roll away. Hopefully we don't. And for the first time, we are gonna go with our new Harvest Moon Classic Halo T-Bird. I'm excited to get this round started. Really happy with that shot. The Halo plastic does frustrate me. That throws nothing like how I would want a T-Bird to. Very overstable. I left my putters in Greta. Dang it. We did come up a bit shorter than I thought. We've left ourselves probably 32 feet, slightly downhill for the 2. Oh boy. For the par. Oh my gosh, Hunter. Hole 2, 502 feet, but it is going to play much longer. We have to get up and over this huge hill in front of us. If we could get to the top of that, I would be more than happy. And today we are gonna try a new Corvette. Oh, I'm sure we did not want to finish that far left. Still getting used to that one. It's only like my 3rd throw. Considering how big this hill is, we did get quite a bit of distance on that one. We still have 200 feet though, dead straight through a tight window in between this telephone pole and one of its support poles. So we are gonna go with our Envy. Not bad, but not great. We should have a pretty makeable putt. We definitely should have gotten a little closer on that one, but sometimes it's hard to commit to a shot when you're throwing through like man-made objects. For some reason, trees, you're just used to it in your brain, but when you have like weird telephone poles and stuff, it can mess with you. About 25 feet for the 3. Nice putt. Hole 3, 268 feet. Downhill, the basket is tucked behind that little tree down there. We are actually gonna go with the fairway driver. We're gonna go with our scepter, force it over, and let the overstability crash it down hard. Come back. Ooh, pretty rough skip. That's gonna be a long putt. We definitely needed to give that scepter a little more height so it had more time to crash back. We have left ourselves probably a 45 footer for the 2. Not even close. I know some of you guys are not the biggest fan of these open layout style courses, but the reason we chose it today is we've been struggling a bit here at Tossing Plastic. In the last week, I've lost my birdie strike, as you guys saw, and I lost my Proto Star Corvette. 2 discs that I absolutely love to throw, and I don't have any good replacements for them. Then we got hit with that cold snap, which I think a lot of places in the US did, dropping the temps down to the mid to low 20s in Greta at night, killing most of the batteries on all of my electronics. Plus, we just have not been playing well, I will be honest. So hopefully this open style layout can kind of get us back on track for those difficult courses ahead as we make our way to Lexington. Hole 4, 378 feet, dead straight, way uphill. We have this fence running along our left-hand side, and then right in the middle of the fairway, there's like 8 support wires for these telephone poles. Not really the best design. I guess we just throw and hope not to hit them because they're hard to see and not easily avoidable. We are gonna full send it with our champion boss. Nice, we got through them. Really nice drive. Luckily, we did not hit those. I think those could tear up a disc. Really happy with that drive. It does give us an outside chance for the 2, which would really help kickstart our round here. This is not an easy hole, but as you can tell, we still have about 65 feet way uphill. Oh, not a bad run. I don't even know if I can putt all the way up there. For the 3, maybe a dunk is what we needed to get our round going. Let's go. Hole 5, 364 feet, dead straight. We cannot see the basket. It looks like we do hit a downslope at some point up there, but the ceiling is very low and there's a ton of trees. This is not an easy tee shot. We are gonna send our Halo T-Bird one more time. Get through. Nope. Sure didn't. The throw felt good, but it looked like we kind of plinkoed up there through all the trees. Let's go see what we got. Here's where we ended up. We still have 200 feet. As you can tell, that low ceiling is present the entire fairway. This is a par 4, I believe, because of that reason. We are gonna go with our Kia, try to hit this little gap on the right-hand side, let the stability crash it in, and hopefully get a little ground play. Oh, right into the tree. Not a good throw. The wind is really ripping now. We still have 110 feet, slightly downhill for the 3. Come on, do it. Oh, that was so close. Hole 6, 275 feet, dead straight, way uphill with the low ceiling, and there's this huge bowl right in front of the basket. We are gonna full send it with the hex, hopefully get over that bowl and give ourselves a putt. Well, the hex did kind of bully its way through there, and we stayed out of this big bowl, so I can't be too upset about that drive. Very tricky tee shot though, and it's creative. I like it a lot. We still have probably 75 feet way uphill for the 2. Oh, the wind caught that a little bit. Not bad though. For the par. One spoiler alert about Lakeview Park is there's no lake to view. You know what I mean? I was really looking forward to that, and it could just be somewhere else. This place is massive, but while playing the disc golf course, there's no lake to view. Hole 7, 200 feet, dead straight, way uphill. This is definitely one that we have to pick up and maybe even get an ace. An ace would be awesome. We are gonna go with the champion Rhino. Holy wind, get down. All right, that should be a nice birdie, much needed birdie. For the much needed 2. Hole 8, 554 feet, way downhill, way down to the left. Everybody loves these shots. We are gonna go with a full send with our Star Corvette. Really nice rip. And we hyzered out. Let's go figure out where we are. That one felt pretty good. We needed a good release. Really nice shot by the Corvette. We do have an outside chance for an eagle. That would be absolutely amazing. We are gonna go with a soft envy toss. I really hope the wind does not mess with this too much. Come on. Oh, that wind kind of lifted it up and then it dropped. Should be a tap in 3 though. Eagle would have been awesome. For the 3. Hole 9, 369 feet, dead straight downhill. As you guys can tell, they use the long grass to shape the fairways, which I do like, but I can't imagine it would be pretty hard to find a disc in them, especially one colored like the long grass, but we are going with our Orc. Man, these long, wide open elevation change shots with this brutal wind was not exactly the little pick-me-up that we needed. It is very difficult. That Orc overturned and never even thought about fighting back. We have left ourselves probably 85 feet downhill for the 2. Oh, not bad, little short. Hole 9 break, and today is going to be a little different because I'm going to be reaching out to you guys because I am the one that needs some helpful tips. Some of you may have been able to tell today has not been my best day. I have been in a solid funk for like 4 days now. I've actually tried to film and was playing so bad that I just called it a day. So I want to know from you guys, what do you do to get out of those hardcore funks? This is something that honestly I am not too familiar with. I have stayed pretty consistent most of my disc golf career, and I've had my off day here and there like everyone does, but I've never had it linger like this. And another question that I would love some insight on is how much can the outdoor temperature affect the flight of the disc? This is something that I personally feel like I notice quite a bit. And I even have some friends that once the temperature drops, they actually shelf those discs until the summer rolls back around because they fly that differently for them. And the third and final question I have to ask, I know it's a lot guys, but listen, I need help too sometimes. How do you choose your disc in the wind? I have a decent understanding of disc selection in the wind, but today I have been absolutely battered by this wind and it's been very brutal. So you guys let me know what you might choose for a tailwind, a headwind, or any crosswinds, or really guys, any info whatsoever, I would love to read. Thank you so much. Hole 10, 546 feet, dead straight. We have light poles, fences, bleachers, all kinds of things that could really mess up a disc if you hit it. We are gonna do a full send with our champion boss, and we're throwing into a pretty nasty headwind. Fight back. Fight back, please. That's way up there and way to the right. Well, we landed in this weird kind of alley. I'm not sure what it is. My guess is this was maybe set up for like a tractor pull. If any locals can let me know, that would be awesome because there are bleachers, a few guardrails. There's a lot going on. There's a steamroller up there. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff in here. We still have maybe around 200 feet way uphill for the 2. We are gonna go with our champion Rhino. All right, that should be a decent putt. Quite a bit shorter than I thought. I didn't account very well for how steep this incline is, so we are gonna have to work for it. Probably about 26 feet for the 3. Oh my. Now we are really working for it. We still have 22 feet, comeback putt for the 4. Hole 11, 286 feet, dead straight. The basket is on a weird angle, so hopefully we don't get any rollaways, and hopefully we can bounce back. I don't remember the last time I filmed a video when I was struggling this bad, but hopefully right now we can turn it around. We are gonna go with our hex. Fight back. All right, that'll be a long putt. The wind is definitely doing some squirrely things. I'm not too upset with that drive. We didn't get that left crash that we were hoping for, so we have left ourselves probably 42 feet downhill for the 2. Nope, short. For the 3. Hole 12, 371 feet, slightly uphill. I'm gonna go with a much more aggressive disc, a lot of our discs are flipping, they're hanging too straight, the wind's beating them up, so we are gonna go with our Firestorm. It even pushed that Firestorm out quite a bit, but it did fight back at the end. I'm sure we're gonna have another really long putt. We came up so much shorter than I ever would have imagined, plus we landed in the tall grass, so everything that we were trying to avoid, we've left ourselves probably a 60-footer downhill for the 2. Hole 13, 329 feet, dead straight. We got to go up and over this hill with the tall grass running right along the left side of the basket. We are going to full send it with our Firebird. That one might actually be pretty good. I sure hope so. Dang, I just got hit with a drive-by by that dog, and we have found a birdie. Much needed birdie. Hole 14, 563 feet that way. I'm not sure where the basket is. U-disc does show it dead straight. We do have this little hump in front of us that we have to get over, and then from there, I think it's just a wide open field. We are gonna full send it and see what this Corvette can really do. That was pretty low, but it did look like we got a ton of distance. Let's go find out. Really happy with that drive. This Corvette just might be able to fill the place of the one that we lost. We still have 150-ish feet downhill for the 2. I am gonna go with the Kia because I think we need a lot of stability with this wind ripping up the hill. Look at how straight that thing is flying. That thing did not hyzer at all, and that is hands down my most stable putter. Very poor approach shot. We've left ourselves another 40-footer for the 3. For anyone who bags a Kia, you will know how absolutely insane it is that that thing just flew straight as an arrow, but hopefully we can pick this one up and get a nice 3. Oh my goodness. I had a feeling that was gonna lift, so I tried to release it low, and it still just went all the way up and over that basket. So I just found this Malta, shout out to Matt, and there is a name and number scribbled off and then another name and number put on it. I always get torn with these because I'm like, did he buy it used or did he find it, scribble out somebody's name and then put his info on there? Who knows, you know what I mean? I always call them anyway, and then if they don't want it or if there's no name and number, I actually try to sell them to help support the channel. It hasn't been working well lately. A lot of people hit me up and tell me they want them, but nobody ever comes and looks at them. So if any of you guys are interested, I have about 30 discs sitting around and they need somewhere to go. Hole 15, 396 feet, all uphill. It looks like we're going dead straight, and we are gonna send our Corvette one more time. Well, we got no turn on that, and we just hit the road very hard. Not a good toss. Well, the Corvette took some nasty road rash there, but it did get up here quite a ways. We are almost pin high and with the uphill. I'm very happy with that. So I'm gonna go with a really soft approach shot with our Rhino, and hopefully it can somewhat battle this crazy wind. That's not a good start. All right, not terrible. We've left ourselves probably 20 feet, slightly downhill for the 2. Nice putt. I don't think I've been able to say that all day. Hole 16, 317 feet, slightly downhill. The road does run along the left side of the basket, and with how we're playing today, we're gonna make sure no cars are driving by, but we are gonna go with our Firebird. Oh. Well, the Firebird is coming through for us today, and that is usually a good disc to battle the wind. Hopefully we have another good putt. For the 2, hole 17, 396 feet. You can go dead straight in between these 2 trees, or you can try to hit the outside gap with a huge hyzer shot. I'm gonna try to get it up the middle, and I'm gonna go with our Corvette. Fight, fight. Oh, smack down. Good looking toss. It just hooked up a little later than we would have liked. Definitely not a bad drive. These gaps are pretty big, but from 370 feet out, they're still hard to hit. We have left ourselves with a chance for the 2, probably 75 feet uphill, fighting the wind. Oh, not terrible. And rounding off Lakeview Park, we have hole 18, 440 feet, way downhill. Hopefully we can end on a good note. We are gonna full send it with the old Valkyrie simply because I wanna throw it. Fight back, don't hit the house. Oh wow, we are way up over there by the bleachers. Well, the Valkyrie did not fight back, and honestly, I don't think any of us expected it to, but I am so thankful we did not hit this guardrail. We are probably only 1.5 feet away from it, and hitting a guardrail coming in that hot would probably wreck the disc, but the Valkyrie did get a ton of distance. We do still have about 70 feet uphill for the 2. Nice shot. And that ends one of the most brutal rounds that I've ever filmed here at Tossing Plastic. For any of you true viewers who are still sticking around and watch this video to the end, I greatly appreciate you guys, and leave a comment letting me know. Thank you. And that wraps up today's video at Lakeview Park in Frankfort, Kentucky. And guys, I will come out right away and say this is not the most exciting course that you are gonna play, but it does present some unique challenges. You will be battling quite a bit of elevation change, as well as a handful of discs perched up on the side of hills, so you really have to take rollaways into consideration. Also, with the course being pretty wide open, I'm guessing high wind gusts are a regular thing. With this course having such a simple layout, you guys pretty much saw everything that it has to offer. We have no T signs, no direction in between holes. U-disc is an absolute must. The park itself is extremely nice, but the land that the disc golf course plays on is quite bland, not the best views, honestly, just not the most going on here at Lakeview Park. Overall, I will give Lakeview Park the score of 6.3 out of 10. Not the best. The only things that are keeping it to that level is the great maintenance, the good tee pads, and the nice baskets. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. The surrounding courses in the area are very exciting, and I can't wait to get to them, but now it's your turn to go toss some plastic.